And we live, just like that. What's happening, y'all? Live in this bitch for another one. How y'all feeling tonight? Y'all good? I feel like it's been a while since I've been on. I do my own show. What's up?
Yo, what up, though?
At the end, what's happening, boy?
What's going on with you?
Maintaining, bro. That's it.
That's what's up.
Maintaining, dog. One day at a time. What about you, bro? What's happening?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm doing all right.
Okay.
Just chilling, man.
That's what.
Getting ready to celebrate my birthday, man. That's about it, dog.
Yeah, we celebrating these birthdays, man. Wine shit was the other day on the 5th.
Doug was on the Doug was on the 5th. Wine was yesterday.
Yesterday, then Doug chill.
Yeah. I hit them both up. Show some Gemini love.
Up, and then you got you tomorrow. So then R.I.P. my man Brian. His shit was on the 4th on Saturday. So yeah, I'm always around Geminis, man.
Yeah, rest up, man. Rest up to your mans.
Yep, my homeboy Shay. He is Gemini. And I'm telling you, I'm all surrounded by y'all, dog.
Yeah.
Whole crew full of Geminis.
Right. What up, Nate?
Nay, what's the deal? She got the hat low.
You good?
Hat low today. What's up, girl?
Going on?
Ain't that much shit. You know it. Day to day, how you doing?
Good, tired a little bit, but I'm good.
Work got you together?
Working and we still packing, so.
Oh yeah, I know. I already know.
Yeah.
You y'all getting ready to move and all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all staying in the same area or y'all moving
Yeah.
somewhere?
Moving somewhere in Georgia, it's best to stay in the same area because that shouldn't be far. Like when we was living there before, we lived in the same county, but it's like 40 minutes away from here.
All right.
But we moving around the corner, thank God.
All right, gotcha. Ain't nowhere. Just had a moving company. Just go ahead and make that bend the block.
Right.
Been a block a few times.
Yep.
That's what's up. Hey, so you saw that little video of the little sex dolls that they about to start launching?
I didn't get a chance to even see the video, but I saw when you sent it. I was like, damn, I didn't get a chance to watch it. But I was like, what?
Yeah,
So,
I thought like jokey shit when you sent it. I didn't know what it was because I was like, damn, like what the fuck is this shit?
so look in the video.
I'm like,
in the video, they just talking about how the robot, the sex robot, can talk back to y'all, like talk back to the men or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he had a whole tablet that went with the robot. You press the button, she'll start speaking to you, just being all extra submissive. So I wanted to know from y'all, like, what do y'all think is gonna happen once these robots come out and people are purchasing them? For the people, all right, wait. For the people that are in relationships.
That's gonna.
Lacking, yeah. Unless you lacking something, I think it's gonna be good. I mean, for people that's lonely, it'll be good. People that is in a relationship, I don't think nobody gonna be buying this robot. Like, who buying this robot?
Dudes that want to stay with their wife because they love them, but they not getting enough action in bed.
Oh.
Yeah. Or they might be getting some action, but it might not be enough for them. You know, some men, their sex drive is way higher than a woman's. So some women may not be able to just keep up with a man like that. And those are the dudes that the ones that's not going to just flat out cheat. Those are the ones that's going to be purchasing those robots.
I mean, yeah, facts. That's facts. That could also that can cause some problems in the relationship too, as well. Because I mean, the nigga can get too addicted to that robot, and then just like forgetting about their spouse, and then
With the rose.
yeah, then that because I mean, that toy, that doll, there's no to it. You know what I'm saying? It's always
Yeah.
yes.
Always, yes, daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of to that
Think
shit.
about it. All you gotta do is plug them up on the charger and then take them off, hit a button, talk back, do your thing. Like, that's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little too easy.
That's too easy. And then that could be like mentally cheating for the, a woman could be insecure. Like, damn, like what the fuck? Why this nigga not having sex with me? He just giving it to this dog. Who is he
To
thinking
this
of?
robot though.
Right.
Yeah, that could cause a lot of issues and problems, man. It could be I guess it would have to just be that conversation. Like, look, baby, I ordered this sex doll, and then because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and I love you too much, so I'm not gonna cheat on you. So I'm gonna get this doll and go to town.
I
But
can't.
I kind of see it going in a good way too, though. Like if let's say a dude wanted to get that doll, right, and he not getting exactly what he want, or maybe not even. Let's just say the wife not even lacking; she just can't keep up with him. If a dude go out and purchase this doll, I'm pretty sure he'll be like, "Listen, baby, I need to get this doll so I don't cheat." It's either the doll or you step it up. I see it going good, because if a woman really don't want her man dealing with no other woman, robot or not, she gonna step it up and make it happen.
I mean, that's facts. That's definitely facts. I mean, that, like I say, it's a pro and a con. It can go both ways.
Yeah,
How you
but
see it, person receives it and take it.
yeah. But speaking of that, leading into our topic, we were about to be this. Oh, first of all, what's up for the people that's in here?
What's going on,
Welcome
y'all?
to the show.
Hey,
So listen,
Combo.
yes, welcome. So how do y'all feel about inviting a third party into y'all marriage?
For me, no.
I want to see somebody. I want to see some likes. I want to see something. Some no's, some mean faces. We need to see something, some kind of feedback.
Yeah.
Got to get that crowd, come on in, chime in with us. We live right now, y'all. We got to get this topic going. It's a real interesting one. We somewhat marriage. That's something to really consider, to think about. Because, man, that can go south in a lot of ways. And, some people can manage and be all right with it. But all depends on how you look at it, man. So, yeah, tap in. Y'all tap in. What's up? Would you allow someone to be in your marriage or your relationship, with, for that matter?
A third person, fourth person.
Well, I personally feel like that should be a conversation that should be had prior to you getting married. Honestly, if like, hey, look, before we get married, I want to explain something to you. I like to do this and that. Are you interested in that? Oh, you are? Okay, cool. Well, I want our marriage to be like that. That should be that type of conversation. I mean, or agree to disagree. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people might not go for that type of thing. But I feel like things like that should be established prior to marriage.
Facts. Now,
if it happens during the marriage, I do believe that also another conversation needs to be had. Like, hey, listen, okay, if we're about to take it to this level, why are we going here now? Why are we going to this level all of a sudden and we're already married, already got a family? Those are the questions that need to be asked. And given I've been a person that had this experience before, I can honestly say I wish it never happened, because for one, it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. It like every man's fantasy. Oh, I want to have a threesome. I want to have a threesome. It's not everything. It's not. And I honestly feel like the way that situation went south, or could go south, is because there was no clear communication. Like, oh, okay, when we do this, is it gonna happen again? Every time I interact with this other girl, do you have to be around? Like, these are conversations that things should have been clear. Like, I feel like in a marriage, if you already married and something like that is about to happen, you need to get a clear understanding as to why it's happening. See, me, I didn't realize it was only being done on my end because it was some type of sense of control. Like, hey, I'm only doing this because if you cheat on me, I could walk away scot-free. What? But imagine hearing something like that and you hear it after the fact. Like,
Right.
see, that's foolery. So I don't think it's a good look to go into your marriage or not even go into your marriage, you being married, and then that just comes up. Now that's one thing if y'all sitting around like, damn, let's spice up our marriage a little bit and do this. That's different. That's different. You want to explore, try some different stuff. Okay, fine. But I honestly think that it just needs to be clear communication because one minute you could feel like everything is okay, and the next minute a switch gets flipped because somebody then got jealous.
Yep.
It's not a good look. I would anybody that's interested in that type of lifestyle, I strongly suggest before you get married, have a discussion first, or make it at least make it clear what you expect in going into the relationship, leading into a marriage.
Facts. I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not into that kind of thing, like, at all. um, One, I'm not into girls, so therefore, I can only see that happening if you was into girls. I mean, I don't know. People might be open to their man doing stuff like that, but I feel like if you're into girls, it's probably a little bit easier for women to let their man and them get let somebody else in their bed. But for me, it's a no. It's like, so you need somebody else for what? And that's how you spice it up. You can't figure out no other way to spice it up but bring somebody else. Because I feel like when you're doing a threesome, that is just basically like saying you could cheat in my face.
Mm.
No. I know that if I was to agree to that right now, Jesus. Like, if I was to agree to that and I was to see it actually happen, I would the fact that I said yes would be thrown out the window. I would be over there trying to kill Richard and whoever else. I'm trying to tell you right now. I already know, so it's a no for me.
Got you.
Yeah.
I second that right there, Nate. With you on that, I definitely am a naysayer when it comes to bringing other people into your relationship because you're doomed from day one. Like once that thought process even comes about, you're doomed. I've never had any success stories from people within my circle or any uh, associates of mine having a success story of bringing anybody outside their marriage into their marriage or even their relationship. Like, and for me, like, hell no, because I'm not sharing my wife. Like, fuck that. Like Nate said, there's other ways to be creative and to spice up your relationship.
Yeah. Role
And
play.
so you got role play, you got all kind of shit, man. It's
Right.
all things, dude. Sex therapy, you can do that if you need to kind of help spice your relationship up, at least get some ideas. But bringing another party, man, fuck no, hell no. Because again, at some point, it's gonna be some sort of jealousy. You're gonna feel like, okay, well, if I got this one time where I can get this threesome, I can get another time where I can get this threesome, and then for some guys, it can kind of like give them that underlying hard pass. Cause it's like, well, shit, you let me get this threesome. I mean, you'll let me go ahead and dib and
Get
dab.
some other buns.
Some
Yeah.
people will take them. You give them a couple yards, they're gonna take that bitch all the way to the touchdown. So,
Yeah.
man, you're gonna cause nothing but destruction trying to bring someone in your marriage,
Right.
unless just equally just freaks like that, and y'all gonna just go above and beyond and don't care. Then
Yeah.
go ahead,
Right.
because shit gonna end up happening at the same time too. And I'm
Right.
Yeah.
just from stories that I've heard from folks tell me, oh man, I let my wife get a threesome and then all of a sudden, her and the other girl are cheating and they cheating on, they sleeping with each other without him not even knowing, not even being around.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's, all that can happen, man. And then say, okay, your wife give you the threesome, right? I know I'm kind of going. Say your wife give you that threesome, and then your wife go, well, hey, I want another guy. Now what do you do?
Oh, deer caught in the headlights.
Now what do you do? Do you indulge?
Exactly.
And then to me, that's just gay. I mean, in my opinion, I just can't do that, bro. Can't be in the same room naked with another man going into town with a chick, bro. That's
I've never been that type of dude. Never.
So I'm saying, like, just don't do it. I mean, if you do, go ahead. More power to you. To each his own. If you support that, but that kind of shit for me is like, you know, something you do before marriage. Like you do that shit when you in a relationship or you just college bound or even high school maybe. If you start early, some kids was going crazy when was early aged, you know, in high school. So I think that kind of thing is pre-marriage before post.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that because I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't imagine, like, I don't want to share my husband. I'm selfish with him. I want him all to myself. I don't want nobody, I'm not doing that. And if I was to say, let's do it, bring a guy in here, I already know it's a no. So we ain't about to do that. And even though he never even asked me, we like talked about, not like talked about doing it, but we talked about have he ever done it before when we first started dating. We talked about his did he want it? And he was like, no, he's good. So, you know, I was like, well, as long as you know that you're good before me, so we don't get married, I'm letting you know now. It's a no. So I suggest you go find somebody that you're gonna do it with.
I don't know why, but I pictured that conversation between you and Rich going funny as hell. Like, especially with you trying to say, well, if I let you bring a girl around, then you gotta let me bring a guy. I know his reaction.
And
Like,
that was
don't be ridiculous.
No, fuck that.
No. Look, I know Rich. Rich will keep going and going and going. So I could see him waking your ass up 3 o'clock in the morning. And another thing,
right.
that nigga can't be no 6'7", nothing like.
Right.
Hey, salute to my dog Rich, man.
That's exactly how that shit would go. Okay. But
Yeah, I already know how that go.
I feel like you bring in like what Lo said. I really like that. Like I have never seen nothing good come from it. So even in just me watching other people, I'm like, yeah, see now you done brought this in. Now y'all got issues because now he want to go over there with her because the girl don't like this. She like, shit, I'm going back. Now she want to come over, or your wife and her into each other too much, and now you like, damn, you gonna give it to her all the time? You ain't giving me none. That's all I didn't see. I didn't see it both ways with my friends. Like the guy doing it too much, or the girl doing it too much.
Yeah. There are couples.
It's supposed to be a one-time thing. Why did you do it multiple times? No.
Yeah. And I've seen couples out. It is couples out there that actually make that work, and more power to them. Like that's awesome if you can make it work. But see, that means y'all did what y'all was supposed to work. Cool. That's awesome.
Right.
But everybody, and it is definitely not for me. And I know for a fact it is not for my wife. My wife not playing with that at all. Don't even want to entertain the idea.
Hell no. What?
It's curtain. I'm with my
hell no.
No. Thank you. No.
Yeah. So I already know.
Ain't no shit.
Let's go ahead and get it to the next topic, man. Lo, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, man. So you know, with this generation, we all got kids and we're turning into our parents, or most of us. So my question is, do we raise them to be single and independent, or do we prepare them for marriage? Male and female.
Nate, go ahead.
Okay, so y'all already know me. My kids are being raised to be husbands, but I'm also teaching them how to be men. So it starts here. The foundation is starting at home. That's why, you know, my 22-year-old, he's the oldest. So it's my 22-year-old and my 20-year-old. They both work at Home Goods Distribution here. My 22-year-old wanted to quit his job because he got to drive an hour to work. He wanted to go back to his old job, and his old job don't have benefits. So I'm telling him, like, sir, you got to set yourself up for your future. So you're not about to quit a job that got benefits and setting you up for a better life when you get older, and then be a better husband, so you be already financially stable. You have, you know what I'm saying? You want to go buy a house in a few years, you got this money that you've been sitting on, that you've been saving, that you didn't even realize you were saving. And you can go, you know what I'm saying? So I'm setting my children up for a future. Teach you how to take care of a home, teach you how to pay bills, teach you how to be men, clean around the house, fix things, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, and be a husband. So I had to talk to my children at a young age about being a husband. Like this is what God wants. This is the right thing to do. You know, and I would say things to them like, you know, when you get your wife, you know, my second oldest, he is like kind of sort of the one that I know that will take care of his mom, right? So he was saying, they was playing football. He was saying to me, well, when I get older and I get married, my wife's gonna have to just deal with you, you know, living with us and me doing what for you, because I mean, you my mama, so she gotta wait. And I'm like, no. I'm like, sir, that's not how it goes. So I'm explaining to him. He like, no, he in his feelings. He like, no, like, you my mama, like, she gonna have to. And I'm like, sir, no. So I'm teaching my children how to be men, how to know how to do it for themselves and get themselves together, but also how to be a husband, how to respect women, how to be prepared to be a husband. You know what I'm saying? Know what they want, because once you know what you want out of your own life, do you first. Live your life first. You know what I'm saying? But the goal at the end of the day is to be a husband, have a family. That's for me.
I get that. I totally understand that. Me, I believe I'm raising my kids, or at least trying to raise them to be both, because guess what? At some point, you're not gonna be married, because you're gonna lose your wife, you're gonna lose your husband, you know, unfortunately. So you have to learn how to be by yourself. And I wanted to teach my kids that, because for a long time I wasn't by myself, and I caught the real shitty end of the stick from not being like that. You know what I'm saying? And I went through a lot of turmoil, not coming into my own, or having time to come into my own, because I was jumping into different relationships. So I want to teach my kids it's important to find out who you are before you even get married. So go ahead, play around, do your thing, experiment, whatever. But when you're ready to get married, go ahead, get married, and just know that, you know, you're gonna be okay whether you stay married or not. So I would love to show them both sides of the spectrum. Yes, marriage is a beautiful thing, absolutely. However, I know a lot of people that like to be by themselves as well. I do see the benefits of being by yourself. So, you know, you don't have to answer to nobody. You know, you don't have to hear nobody's mouth about nothing. You ain't got to answer a bunch of questions and all of that. Like, you could just do you. But on the flip side, damn, I'm bored. I don't feel like going to hang out with the homies again. I don't feel like drinking and smoking again. I want to kick it. I want to kick it and watch something with my women. Oh, I ain't got one. So I get both sides. You know, I had a small window of freedom, and I loved it. But I also love being married, because a lot of stuff that me and my wife is into, you know, most of the stuff we're into some of the same things. So it ain't hard to figure out what to watch. It ain't hard to figure out where to go. Only thing that's hard to figure out is what the hell we got to eat, and that really doesn't be on me. So, but that's it. That's it. I don't have no complaints though, other than that. Like, you know, I mean, obviously nothing's perfect in the marriage, but I also know nothing is gonna be perfect being solo dolo either.
Facts.
So I would definitely encourage my kids to know both sides.
Yeah.
All right, for me, I think it's definitely important to have both sides, and the reason why I say that is, and I agree with your premise, is that those things are going to come anyway. I think the more focus is to raise our kids to be husbands and wives. The reason why I say the more focus should be on that is because when we're raising our children, we're raising them to be independent. We're raising them to, you know, teach them, well, it's our responsibility to teach them life skills.
Right.
So with us teaching them life skills as far as, you know, learning how to cook, learning how to, for the boys, learning how to cut grass, maintain a home, and even for, you know, the daughters, you know, you want to teach them the same thing, cutting grass and things of that nature, because there is going to be a point in time where they're just going to be full-fledged adults and they're going to start off on their own. Some people don't start off with someone. So
Right.
teach them those life skills, which is our responsibility to teach them anyway. So we got to get in that mind frame. When we're teaching them life skills, we're teaching them independence already. So with us teaching them those life skills, which is preparing them for their independence, also we should be giving them the game and preparing them for marriage. So that should focus also as well. So as they're finding themselves, as you say, Brandon, early, as they finding themselves early, already having those life skills, already having that knowledge of what marriage is, and they're dating and going through all that stuff, they should have a I guess they should have they should already know what they want at that time when they're ready.
There you go. Yeah.
When they're ready to know what they want, they already have that. But we gotta get the that mind frame out of these generations to come. Like we're teaching them these skills, so you don't need no one.
That's
You
it.
got to get out of that habit of teaching our children, like, yeah, I'm gonna teach my daughter this, so you don't need no man, or I'm gonna teach my son this, so you don't have to rely on no woman, and you can just do this for yourself, son. We're already supposed to be doing that for our boys, already supposed to be doing that for our daughters as well. So I think it's very important to focus on not only teaching them no life skills, because they're going to get that,
Right.
but teaching them the marriage portion, to teach them that and to show them what it looks like. I think that's very key and important. And I think that would be the start of changing that generational curse when it comes to, you know, black marriages. And hopefully with our display and what our kids are seeing, they can kind of, you know, follow suit, and then our grandkids and so forth and so forth and so forth. We got to learn how to break the curse, and we got to learn our wording on how we're teaching our kids. We teach our kids the right things, but we teaching them with the methods, and the things we're saying is kind of fucked up.
Right.
So I don't want to repeat that same thing, you know, going into the next, meaning our kids. That's
Right.
how.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. I get that for sure.
Yeah.
Anybody
What's up, T? What's going on, baby? How you been? Yeah.
anybody want to come on? 2 minutes? Or three, or actually 3. We got a lot of time. Or some time left over. So y'all could come on in if y'all would like to. For those of you that came in a little late, we were discussing the first half about bringing the third party into your marriage or relationship, you know, if you're not married. And now we just got done discussing, you know, bringing up our kids. Are we bringing them up to be married or independent? So you want to come on in, give us your spew, and we can go from there. But yeah.
Tap in with us, man. I really would love to hear your perspectives, especially on topics, because that's some interesting shit. And if you got a story, if you got a story to tell, if you have, you know, some dark secrets, maybe if you want to share,
Yeah.
you
Right.
know, this man,
You doing that right?
Situation with. Man, I honestly do, like, I'm just trying to shed light and break the cycle that we're going through, man. As far as our generation, like us, our women have been so traumatized, and even the fellas too, because and our trauma goes a little different because we got the single parent mothers who raised a lot of these boys, you know, by themselves. And so a lot of us men, we get this perception that we seen a woman do it all, that we just gotta, you know, do a little bit or fall back. It kind of hinders us as men to kind of like, you know, be men in a later, you know, we got to figure it out later, which we should have figured it out earlier.
Absolutely.
We got our girls, we got our daughters, because of the, see, a lot of our women are raised off of the parents' trauma, especially women. Like, the fathers as well, like the trauma that the fellas have faced through, your father or your mother, basically. Oh, you know what? I'm about to teach you all this independence and give you all this game, so you don't need no man. A lot of women our age have rolled with that, and they have that strengthens them. And honestly, a lot of these women in our generation, that's all they know. And then they complain about why they single and they can't find no mans because you've been feeding what you've been taught for so long, and it's like
Right.
now, man. And the dudes see your masculinity to a point where it's like, yeah, you cool, you look good, but nah, I ain't trying to be with you like that.
Exactly.
So it's hard, man. We gotta really be mindful of how we raise our kids, though, because we gotta think of our own traumas.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. I agree with that. So yeah, man, people, come on in if y'all want to.
Well,
Come
we
on.
got some comments, but again, it's hard. I ain't got my iPad down here. I forgot to bring it down when we was getting started. But I did see Quay say she can't do no threesome personally. Then T said, shit, I had it. Can you see it?
Yeah, marriage is not like it used to be. I ain't never been married, but I've been around a lot of married people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it used to be. You're right, because it's not really taken as serious as it used to be. So like, Lo, I know you take your marriage serious. Nay, I know you take your marriage serious. I of course take my marriage serious, but there are other people that are married that like, oh, y'all just mess with each other. Y'all faithful to each other. Oh, y'all lame. Fooey. Tomato, tomato. Like, what? And you know what? That's cool, though. I'd rather be a lame than to be in some mess or my piece come up looking like a damn Hershey bar. You know what I'm saying? Or a Crunch bar, rather. Like, I don't want that. Like, no, I don't want that. I want those problems. I don't want my balls to swell up to fucking watermelon because I didn't messed around with the wrong one on my wife, or not even on her, even with her consent. I don't want that smoke, bro.
Okay.
You out here pissing nails and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, got me dying.
Like, no, I don't want that problem. You
No,
know, no.
dude,
And some of these married couples are into some weird stuff, bro. I'm not judging. Whatever work for y'all, but I'm sorry. I'm not letting my wife come nowhere near my ass. Like, no,
yeah,
I'm not dealing with that. I'm dealing with that.
that
Like,
stuff.
and
Okay.
and I'm sorry. You know, some people like to do all the eating the grocery stuff.
I ain't doing it either. Fuck out of here.
Minute, how long y'all get? No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Cause I be messing with
No,
Richard.
you're
I
not.
I,
You're not joking.
I,
It's okay. You like.
That's serious.
I mess with, I'm like, you not gonna eat my booty? He be like, hell no. And I always fuck with him every time.
No type of groceries, dog.
I say, we married. You better eat. I mean, that's what married people do. He like, nah, this motherfucking man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My guy.
My God.
I never broke that, bro. I never broke that. You know,
But I don't want to. I fuck with him all. Like it'd be just one random day. I just say something. She like, come on, like he like hell.
You, bro.
Oh, bro.
Y'all think y'all funny. What up, cuz?
Y'all crazy as hell.
What's up, cuz? Hey, look.
I'm over here like eat the booty like groceries. Like, oh my God, what are we talking about?
Hey, look, cuz, real quick. You came in. What's up, King? Hey, real quick.
Like, I know he all in the camera. I turned y'all on. He up here talking to y'all. I'm like, they cannot hear you.
So listen. You came in a little late. So real quick, the first topic was about
letting a third party into
letting bringing somebody, a third party into your marriage. And then the second one, we was just talking about, are you raising your kids to be independent or married?
Nobody asked you. Okay, so for the second one, I raise my kids to I raised them for both. I prepared them for marriage, and I also prepared them to handle shit on their own.
And now,
and then, I mean, I just, for me, being divorced from their dad and into that second marriage, I didn't have a choice but to prepare them for both because I saw both can happen, right?
Right. So
I did prepare them for both. My preference would be for, of course, for them to have a mate that they were made for and that was made for them to go through this life together. I think that is just the best way to be. However, I've also raised them to know how to handle themselves out here single and understanding that they time is money when it comes to anybody who wants to take their time away from them. So that's the second one. For the first one, I love swingers. I believe in the swingers lifestyle. It is undeniably, and anyone can research this. Swingers marriages last way longer than monogamous marriages. That's just what it is. And for me, that said something more to me than what monogamous marriages are saying. I've been in 2 monogamous marriages, at least one. First one wasn't real monogamous, and for my opinion, on either one of our sides. And the second one, it was only monogamous on my side, unfortunately, because trust and believe, had I known, I'd have been doing my due. But I just think that marriage nowadays is just not set up for what we were brought up to believe. I'm not a Christian, but if you look into the good book, most of the men in that good book had multiple wives. It was done like that for a reason, and that's just what it is. And it was like that in, if I'm right, Old Testament and New Testament, they had multiple wives. So it was like that for a reason. And this is back in biblical times that it was like that. And I just believe that there is no way on God's green earth that anybody, care who y'all are, can say that you're 100% happy with fucking the same person day in and day motherfucking out for 100 fucking years. I don't give a fuck. No, you're not. Now you might become okay with it, but that ain't your motherfucking preference. Let's be real. Ain't nothing better than pussy but new pussy. Ain't nothing better than dick but new dick. That's just what it is. Now, you can have a marriage that you can come to terms with that and come to an agreement, or you had the motherfuckers out here cheating, or you have motherfuckers that's just out here settling. I would rather have a marriage that is totally happy, and if my husband to be wants to entertain something new, I ain't got a problem with him entertaining that new person, but it swing both ways. You're not the only one that's going to get some entertainment here. I'm going to get some too. And since most men that I come across, they don't want to share this right here, I'm probably never going to be in that type of relationship. But I'm definitely open to those possibilities.
I understand.
I ain't mad at it.
You know, but I'm definitely okay too with just having him alone. And if and when, you know, we feel like getting a little taste of something different one day, we're grown enough, we go get that taste and we continue on with our lives. Now, what I'm not okay with, I'm not sharing him on a daily basis, not sharing him on a weekend basis. I'm not sharing him on a monthly basis. It's going to be every once in when the fuck that moon turn blue, which we know ain't that often. We can do some things, but outside of that, yeah, no.
Quick question, cuz before we get somebody else on here, do you believe that it's best to have that type of conversation prior to getting married?
Hell yeah, I had that conversation day one.
Okay, perfect.
All my needing to know you need to know me. I don't wait for date 1, 2, 3. I wait for interaction number 1. You do this, this is what I'm about. This is what you about, this is what we gotta do. This is what you gotta do. Okay, boo. I don't wait for us to get to know each other even further, because I need to know who you are right now to even know if you get a day 2 with me.
Right.
But that's just me. I'm out.
All right, man.
All right, I appreciate that love.
Yeah,
Definitely. Very interesting.
yeah. That was good. That was a good that was a good side to hear.
It was. It really is because we
I
all
appreciated that.
we all feel the same way about it. You know the situation. So it's good to have somebody else come on here with a different, this with a different point of view. I mean, like you said, I mean, I feel like a lot of those marriages last because they have already discussed it and they know what they like in a marriage. And then you have marriages that are supposed to be monogamous, and then because somebody was scared to say, "Hey, this is what I like in a marriage," or
Uh-huh.
"This is what I like," and they didn't say it, and then now they trying to do it, and it ain't happening, and then now, you done fucked up. Now you stuck in a situation that you shouldn't have been in the first place. Whereas, like you say, you talk about it first, so you already know you're on the same page. So me and my husband are on the same page. We had a discussion. We're fine. And personally, I feel like I'm okay with having sex with the same person in my whole life. I mean, like, I don't have a complaint. So it's not no time where I'm like, oh, I want to try somebody else. I don't feel like that. I mean, I feel like I'm personally happy, and I'm in my 40s. I'm not no little kid anymore. Now, when I was younger, I probably would have been like, yeah, it might have been like, I probably would have been like, yeah, I can try somebody else. I was in my 20s, 30s. I'm 40. I'm like, this is what I want. I like the person I have. I like you said, like you and your wife into the same stuff. Me and Richard are not into all the same things, but we like a lot of the same things where we can do things together. And it's nice to have that person that I'm doing it with. So I'm personally okay.
Yeah, I concur with that. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm my situation, and I don't need a outside presence to excite me. We come up with multiple things, and we, honestly, not to share what we do, but we have our toys. We have our things to spice shit up and make shit
And
interesting.
we.
You know what I'm saying? So I highly encourage every couple or marriage couple to indulge in toys. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no
I'm with it. How
you make.
about,
There's nothing wrong.
how about
Wrong. There's nothing, for ladies don't feel insecure about it. It's if you're not enough. No, it's definitely healthy and exciting to have, those kind of things into your marriage. But bringing somebody else in, that's nothing but destruction, and you ain't gonna do nothing but fuck your shit up. Now, if you just do what my cousin said in the beginning, if y'all both had that conversation and it's both understood, like, look, this is what it is, this is what we gonna do. Yeah, hey,
yeah.
Do we got somebody else coming in or trying to?
nah, we ain't got nobody else in,
Yeah.
but
It's
I
a room.
could do is I could invite some folks,
Okay.
and
Come
don't be shy.
on. Have y'all tried
Don't be
a
shy.
rose, something like
Say
that?
what?
Have y'all tried the squirrel or the rose? I mean, the pocket, the little, try 'em.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Get the remote thing going and
I want to try that. Look, I want to try that. I really want to do that. Like, I've been watching the video. I've been watching the videos. I'm like, I want that for my husband.
What up, though, cuz?
who we got on? Oh, Sierra, what's up, sweetheart?
Here?
At the end, what's going on?
Hey. Okay, so going off of the first topic, I think,
Invite the
personally, I feel like I was raised for independence, not marriage. Marriage is just something I wanted. I don't necessarily, I don't want to say need it, but like, it's not like something that is like desperate for me to have, I guess I'll say. Second thing, as far as bringing somebody into the relationship, that's disgusting. Not doing it. I don't like to share. I never wanted to share my own toys or my parents with my siblings, let alone share the person that I'm married to. Ew.
Facts.
That's
Keep it that way. Don't change your mind ever.
I'm
Don't
with that.
ever get persuaded.
I won't.
Now wait. Now, did you hear? You heard your mom's side, right?
Unfortunately.
Okay. Now look. No, listen. Though, here's the thing. I get what she was saying, and she was talking about how a lot of people that have those types of relationships, last longer. A lot of people view like us married folks the same way. Like, you know, y'all marriage ain't gonna last that long because y'all don't have no extra fun, extra activities going on. So how do you know that, you know, because you haven't done that or whatever, how do you know that you won't change your mind?
Just because we're married doesn't mean I'm gonna change it. I won't. It's gonna be the same because that's the case, and it can be that way now, and we're not married.
True.
Facts.
A ring really is not gonna make a difference. To me, it's not gonna make a difference.
I
It's
agree.
Right.
the same thing. If you want an open relationship now and an open marriage, then say that. But if you don't, then don't say that.
I feel you. That's what's up.
That's the truth. I like that.
That's
That was
I like that's definitely facts.
it is.
Yeah, stand on that for real. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Awesome.
hitting them bars, man. Thanks for stopping.
Yeah.
Bye.
Always.
Peace. But yeah, man, you know what Cuz was saying though, like it made me look at it from another perspective, because you do have people that make that stuff work, and that's why they look at us like we crazy for what we doing for the, you know, the one-on-one relationship. I do see how that could be fun, but I also can see how it can be very damaging. Like you were saying, Lo, like after so long of living that lifestyle, somebody is gonna get pissed. Now, let's just say me and my wife was into that type of shit, right? If we were, one thing for sure on my end, I'm gonna make sure that it's fair. If I can do it, you can do it. However, there will be rules in place, you know, but see, look, with the rules being in place, that's where it can get tricky. Honestly, I have a problem with authority. I'm like a kid. Seriously, I do not like rules. I hate jobs. I hate working for people. So I'm always changing up the rules or doing what I want to do. So I know that would never work, even if my wife was open for it and I was open for it. Exactly. I'm seeing it right now. It's going south because it's you know, this is cool, but you can't do this. That can't do this part, that's going to be the most intriguing shit to me. So it ain't gonna work. It'll never work.
Because that you can't part is the itch. That's the itch.
That's the allure.
Don't bring nothing but destruction to this whole thing, because you bring it on. Say you had a threesome. All right, cool. The stimulations or the boundaries you said, the itch. You can't do this. You're gonna be about that can't a lot. Like, damn, especially out with your homies a lot, or you just out and about a lot. And there's a lot of women out here, bro. Right. And you're gonna be like, ooh, damn. Ooh, she ain't gonna find out about this. Fuck that. You know, you got some people who are really weak, man. When you bring that into a situation, bro, those rules get broken all the time.
Definitely.
Rules, bro. Them shit's gonna get broken. And regardless if you say you have that understanding, and most likely both parties gonna break the rules. There's gonna be some rules broken on both ends, and something's gonna happen to where, oh shit, what the fuck? Well, I was doing this and that, and then it's gonna be like, what the fuck we doing now?
Listen, prime example. I know you done heard plenty of songs where it was a skit at the end, and the dude asks, "Did you suck the nigga dick?" Now, Pete, let's just say you and your wife was into that, right? The rule was no head giving. Or no head giving or receiving. What if that was that rule right there? No head at all. You gonna be wondering like, damn. And then you just so happen to have another chick that got a nice looking set of lips on her. You gonna be thinking about that like crazy.
Come on, man. That's real.
That's the one rule you can't break. That's why I can't play that game, because I'm not gonna play fair.
Let's be real. Say, like you said, no head giving or receiving is the rule. And then, you know what I'm saying, y'all end up seeing the dude that she swung out with or he swung out with. And you going to be in the back of your mind thinking like, damn, it wasn't nobody. Hold on, wait a minute. She told me something. She ain't get that nigga no head, but I don't know. Fuck that. It's gonna be all kind of shit going in the back of your mind too much to a point where it's just gonna cause too many issues. But we got somebody who wanna chime in. Okay, we got Cuz wanna say some more. Come on, girl. We got 2 minutes now. We almost about to close.
Yeah. But yeah, dog, that'd be too funny. What's up, Cuz?
Since ain't nobody chiming in, I'm coming back. Okay. And I'm coming back because I really did a lot of research on this lifestyle. I mean, I really was ready to dive very deeply into it, especially after my second marriage ended, right? I looked at the clubs here, applications that you got to do, all the tests you got to do, and all that stuff. And being around some of the couples and watching them and everything, this shit is serious. Like,
Oh, I bet it is.
you do have people, of course, you have bad apples and everything, right? You got bad apples in monogamous marriages, that's just like you do swingers, right? But the real ones that's honestly devoted to their partner, it's not about their Johnnies, them getting their rocks off, right? But you grown, I'm grown, okay? And so it's more about the pleasure of seeing your mate get pleased. When swingers are really devoted into this lifestyle, it ain't because they just want to have sex with different people. It's because they are pleased. They get off on seeing their partners be pleased. And I did not know that's what it was about until I had to dig a little deeper, like, wait a minute, what? And I've always been like that. I've always been the person who, I don't care about me. It's all about my partner. I want to make sure that my partner is cool in bed and whatever that takes. If it takes me putting wigs on, different outfits, I mean, whatever it is, I'm just a pleaser that way. And yes, I've shared partners with people before. And when I mean by sharing, I watched them get pleased because it turned me on to watch them get pleased. That's what it's more about.
Sorry to interrupt you, but what's the word? What's the proper word or the proper term for what you just described? For somebody that likes to watch, it's a word.
It's a word, and I had to sneak off in the bathroom. I forgot what it's called, but I had to sneak off in the bathroom because the baby here, and I didn't did some things, so don't make me try to think of stuff right now. I shoot it through later once I can remember what the actual proper term. But it's proper terms for people who want to come to the club and just watch and not be touched. It's a term for the woman who is allowing herself to be the, I guess you want to say, enjoyment piece of relationship, be it if the woman is being enjoyed by the wife or the woman is being enjoyed by the husband. Like, that woman has a particular name, the man has a name that's in the same position. So yeah, you're right, everything has a name, I just can't think of it right now. But I just want it to be known that real swingers, they're not in it for self, they're not in it for self pleasure or self-loathing. It's something in you that enjoys seeing your partner be pleased. That enjoyment that your partner gets, it's something that you get pleasure out of seeing that. And again, I didn't think that that's what it was all about until I dug deep in. I said,
the word is voyeurism. Salute to my wife. Voyeurism.
Thank you. Because when I went to the club, I said, so wait a minute. So everybody ain't in here just having sex? And the lady that ran it, she was like, no. I'm like, wait, so ain't the swingers just a bunch of people that just want to have sex with each other? And she like, who told you that? She was like, not at all. Not at all. Come learn. And I took some of her classes because she offered classes for you to come learn about the culture. Wow. So I went and took some of the classes and, with some of the seminars, I guess you want to call them. And I'm like, and it was all different walks of life in there. And I'm like, okay. And then at the end of the day, I said, I don't have to go this far into it. I ain't got to be at a club and, You know what I'm saying? Like y'all real deep into this. Like I ain't trying to get that deep. I'm just trying to see, you know, a bitch blow my man. Like that's all I'm trying to see on some real shit. Y'all doing too much for me. And that's once again, once in every blue moon when we just need a little thrill, you know, a little pick me up. We do, you know, get the toys and changing your hairstyles and putting on the wigs and doing all that. All that is great. But at a point in time when you have pulled out all your stops, when you've pulled out everything in the closet, what's gonna be left? What's going to be left? And as long as you find a way to keep it fresh and new, then of course you would never get bored. But there's only so many things that you can try that's out here. And trust me, I really know. So only so many things out here that you can try. And after a point in time, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to know my partner's next touch. The mere fact that if I can tell what your next touch to me is going to be, now we got a problem. Because now we're in a routine and I don't like routines. So I need to know that if you rub my hair, you know, I don't need to know that you're grabbing my breast next. And the mere fact that I can map that out, that's a problem for me. It is a big, big problem for me. And as long as it stays fresh, you know, you guys are going to be amazing in your relationships. The people who do not want to entertain another person, you know, my advice is just keep it fresh. Keep something new. Don't pull everything out of your bag at once, ladies, because we're bad at doing that. Oh, this motherfucker, no, this nigga gonna call my name tonight. Now we didn't pull every trick out the bag and he ain't said boo yet. Now we ain't got no more goddamn tricks.
That's the truth.
You know, don't do that. Just gradually pull your tricks out the bag. And I had to learn this. Is, you know, I'm damn near 50. I had to learn this. You gradually pull that shit out the bag. So right when your man think that he got everything that he know you gonna do, that's when you whip out Linda, Karina, Sarintha. You know, I don't give a fuck what names that you go by. You pull that bitch out the closet and then you rock his world. Period. All right, I just took up too much of your time. Okay, now I'm going to get
Hey, cuz we appreciate you coming on again. That's man. Hey, that was funny as hell. But hey, look, that's what I like. I'm glad that she was able to come on, even those second time. So what? She gave some good insight about it. Like I knew it was a word for the people that like to watch their mate get pleased.
It ain't watching their mate though. Voyeurism is just people that like to watch other people have sex in general, not just their mates. That's why I didn't catch on to what y'all was talking about, because that's just somebody who like to watch. Period. They like to watch other people. Okay. Which is funny though, because like Richard came home from work the other day talking about his friend is a swinger. So we like, oh, okay. So he's telling me and my god brother and them about it. We like, oh, we talking about it. And he like, no, but y'all, the funny part is he not even in a relationship. So he's swinging. So that's what he like to do. He like to go to the swingers club and watch people. So he's not really a swinger. He's just a voyeur. You know what I'm saying? He's voyeurism. He's into going to the swingers club and watching motherfuckers have sex. I didn't know it was that deep like your cousin just said. I mean, I knew some stuff because, you know, people been telling me stuff about it. But I ain't know you had a class. Like, y'all got signed paperwork. Like, y'all go.
When she said that, I was through. I'm like, what? But now that you know, you see they got a class for everything. So hey, it is what it is.
They got a class for rad. You posted right before I got on here. I was like, you know what? That's some good shit though, because everybody don't know how to rad. I mean, you might need a little training. Train up a child.
Just thinking about this shit, man, I had the experience with this, not like actually indulging in the situation, but I was presented a situation like this, bro. I was living in Plymouth, and this was around the time I was just like maybe 6 months in, just getting to know the scene, and man, I'm just chilling there watching the fucking playoffs. Just watching the playoffs, chilling, and nigga, this one older lady had on tennis gear outfit, and I think I remember telling this story, but I think this was when we was riding and vibing. But anywho, man, she just giving off all kind of conversation. Guy walks in, sits on the opposite side of her. So she's in the middle. And they get to, you know, conversing and talking. And so I noticed she had a ring on her hand. So I'm like, I'm just minding my business. But she getting all this kind of conversation. Then, nigga, she goes, you like, listen, you know, we like you. And I'm like, we like you. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, hold on, what? So I'm got my beer and I'm drinking. I'm like, we like you. She was like, yeah, we like you. She was like, yeah, the guy that's sitting next to me, this is my husband. And, you know, we play this little thing like we don't know each other, but, you know, I've been testing you out and I like your conversation. And, you know, you're an engineer and you're telling me about your kids. Like, we've been talking, right?
Right.
He was like, yeah, my husband, he wants, you know, to invite you over. And, you know, we can have our little, you know, talk. And then, you know, you can, my husband wants to, you know, watch you do me. And I'm like, dog,
Dog, I ain't never heard this story.
this situation.
Randy, you fucked up.
This situation was so fucked up. It was like I wanted to do it, but then I had morals like, man, hell no, I ain't about to be messing with no motherfucking wife. And then this nigga talking about he wanted to sit here and have me like watch, like he's sitting in the corner like these, chilling.
Yeah.
I'm in here dogging this wife out, man. That shit just was seeming too weird. I entertained the conversation and you know what I'm saying, kept going back and forth with her. But then I kind of like just kind of declined that shit and went to the crib. That shit,
Dog.
I don't even know if I probably would have made it out the situation. Them motherfuckers probably would have. That's what I was more so thinking about.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers might get me up in this crib, kill me.
Yeah.
or you
About,
can't. Hey.
About all the wrong shit. It was just like I can't believe that this is actually happening.
Right.
This lady actually like
Mo, get out.
her husband watching me bang her out, bro. Like that fucked me up in that moment.
That's what I was thinking about too, Nay. You just said get out. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, cuz you could have got kidnapped and became slave dick.
You would have never heard from me again. Never know. Nobody would have known where I was. None of that.
At
bro.
all.
Right.
Living, thinking shit sweet. Cause I ain't gonna lie, when she first was sitting next to me, cause she was an older white lady. She had to be about maybe in her early 50s, but she was nice and fit. She wasn't like old and wrinkly or nothing.
Yeah.
Nice.
As for the 20s, body wise.
For her to be her age, she looked good, right?
Yeah.
She had on like fitness workout, but she was playing tennis. So I'm like, oh, okay, she, active and like to work out. All right, cool. So we just talking about tennis and talking about bullshit. Then the guy come in, sit down, act like they don't know each other. And now this whole time, this bitch is scheming on me, dog, and I ain't even know it, bro. And I turned that situation down, man. I could have had a story to tell and could have went with it, but nah, my mind was, I couldn't do that shit, bro. That something was awful.
Hey, even though it didn't happen, dog, that was still a story. Regardless.
Yeah.
But
me and Richard, we just encountered this with some friends of ours, right? And it's crazy because we knew what they was into. That's y'all life, y'all do whatever y'all want to do. But I feel like they was playing on me and Richard the whole time. Like the whole 2 years we were becoming friends, they was like trying to like bait us. Yeah. So we getting closer and we hang with them every day and we doing stuff with them. They at our house, we at their house, like we just doing everything together. They came to our wedding, like everything. So it's right before Christmas. Now, so let me just back up just a little bit. So the last time we saw them was on Halloween. They had a Halloween party at their house. And me and Richard got super busy doing our own thing. So we didn't see them until it was almost Thanksgiving. I make really good dressing. So people always want me to make either macaroni or dressing. So she wanted me to make both for her house. She was like, can you make the dressing for my house? Now they live an hour and 15 minutes away from us, or whatever, an hour and 30 minutes away from us. So when I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. She wanted the banana pudding too because I make really good banana pudding. But I'm like, I don't have time for that. So I'm like, I'm gonna make the dressing though because I'm already making me some dressing and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm gonna make it. Now, man, I haven't talked to them since Halloween. So we go over there, we go drop the little stuff off at their house. She got an attitude because her family there, and I guess she probably been telling her family, I don't know what the fuck she was on. I have no idea. But me and Richard got to leave because my cousins came from out of town. So we like, okay, we're going to drop the food. But we did the right thing. We drove an hour and a half, which is really fucking 3 fucking, you know what I'm saying? We drove off. Okay, so cool. Get back home. We don't see him no more for about, I'm going to say about 2 weeks. We don't see him again. So We go over their house 2 weeks later, and we chilling or whatever. She's salty about the Thanksgiving things. So she's still talking shit like, yeah, just like that shit. And you know, now she getting drunk, so she's telling me and Rich like she knows, like, so you know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all, so something was up, and we like, what? We like, you know us, like you don't even really know us because we've been hanging with you for 2 years, but we really haven't been hanging with you for 2 years. We've seen each other, you know what I'm saying? And over the last few months, it seemed like we've been hanging with each other, you know, more, but you don't know us clearly. She's like,
Mm.
yeah, you know, whatever, going, whatever. So I don't know, it was some kind of vibe me and Richard felt, so we decided to leave. When we decided to leave, I missed her telling Richard she want to fuck him. She's like, I want to fuck you.
Oh,
We walk out the door, but I don't hear it. I don't hear it because her husband gave me a hug, and it made me so uncomfortable. I was like,
did he
it felt
sniff
like,
your?
huh?
Did he sniff your hair?
It was like I think his hand went to rub down my, because we was drinking. So, but I remember correctly, I felt his hand go down my back, and I'm like, the fuck is that? So I'm like, let me not trip because I'm drinking, so I could be tripping. Maybe he didn't, you know, caress my back. But to me, it's like caress. So as soon as we get in the car, I'm like, Richard, like, hey, you know, oh boy, made me feel real uncomfortable, da da da. So Richard like, shit, you ain't hear April? Now by this time, I'm like, no. But I dozed off because he ain't finished because I'm like, no, I'm too busy trying to go off of what I'm talking about. I ain't hear what he said. I dozed off, I was asleep. So she blowing my phone up, I don't answer. So now she called Richard. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, you know. My family heard me say whatever I said to you and da da da. So now she baiting Rich because she know I'm asleep. So now her husband talking to Richard on the phone. I'm asleep. I'm passed out in this hour and a half ride home. So I don't know what they're talking about, whatever. Now, Richard never said anything. Now I wake up in the morning and I guess she said stuff to Richard to make him think that I was like on board with it or whatever. So she was trying to play us both against each other. So Richard in his feelings a little bit because he like, so you was okay in his mind. He ain't say nothing to me, I don't say nothing to him, but I wake up the next morning, I'm getting ready for work, and I'm like, dog, that shit they was on last night, you know, they crazy, whatever. So he like, yeah, but he not saying nothing to me because he feeling like, so you on board, whatever. And I'm like, don't know nothing. So I go to work, come back home from work, and we got to go get the kids Christmas time around, you know, a couple weeks before Christmas. So we got to go get the kids Christmas shit from the store or whatever. So he on the phone with them again. So I'm like, oh, okay, they on the phone talking like, this is usual for us. You know, we all talk together. Sometimes we talking, you know, this is what we do. So he like, April want to speak to you. So I get on the phone. I'm talking to her or whatever. And I'm talking to her all the way to now because I'm waiting on Rich to come downstairs. So I'm talking to her while we driving to go to the little place to get the kids shit. So she telling me that they was on their way over here. So for me, it ain't nothing unusual. I'm like, okay, whatever. So the phone ended up dropping the call while we driving. Richard didn't call back, and then when she was calling, he wouldn't answer. And I was like, why you answer the phone? And he like, shit, fuck that, we talking. He didn't want to answer the phone because they had planned on coming over here, thought some shit was about to go down. So So Richard gets out the car. He goes in the store for me. She called back. I answered the phone. So now I'm on the phone talking to her. So I'm on the phone talking to her. She's like, so I don't want you to leave. I don't want to leave you in the dark. And I'm like, leave me in the dark. So now I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, yeah, so we was talking to Richard, you know what I'm saying? And the reason, you know, we come over there tonight. I'm like, okay, like that's nothing new. This is what we do. So she like, yeah, you know, yeah, so we was talking about, you know, switching. Switching what? Switching what? What are you switching? What are you trying to switch? So she like, yeah. So you know, I want to try Richard and you try my husband. Man, I don't know what type of games you. I said, yeah, I don't get down like that. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then she like, well, I talked to Richard and he said he was okay with it as long as y'all ain't nowhere near him. He ain't got to watch. So Richard stove. So you know he come off the stove. I'm like, I said, as soon as he got in the car, I turned on. I said, so my nigga. So now he like, I did not say no shit. He like, what the fuck? He said, see, this is what I'm saying. This is why she's trying to play us against each other. She asked me a hypothetical question like, if your wife was to have sex with another dude, would you be able to watch? And I told her no. But instead of her taking that like that. She took it as, oh, you know, so now, because she's trying to play us against each other. I'm still calm because I'm going to believe my husband over anything. But I still was upset because I'm like, why you didn't tell me this shit? And he like, shit, she said you was gang with it. You saw her. You ain't think her husband was attracted to you. I said, why wouldn't her husband be attracted to me? Why would I even think? You saw him. I'm saying, now you know that ain't nothing I would say. Because why wouldn't her husband be attracted to me? So I said, I'm not attracted to her husband because I never looked at either one of them like that. I'm not looking at them like I want to do nothing with them. I'm like, so no. I look at him like a brother. And when I look at you like a brother, you fucking in a brother zone, nigga. There ain't no getting out that shit. Ain't no coming. Nigga, you're my brother. And it's like you. So I'm like, I never would even look at him like that. So anyway, we got off the phone with them because I said, well, I'm going to just tell you, me and my husband both are just telling you right now, it's enough for us. We don't get down with that. We don't swing. I don't like girls, and he don't like niggas, and we're not switching. Ain't nothing that happening. It's a fucking no. So let's leave that alone. Every time we get together, she break it up. And so at this point, me and her end up getting into it right before New Year's, I believe. I had to go. I was going to fuck because we all like in a friend group and all of our, because we all from Detroit. So all of us like in a one big friend group that's from Detroit down here in Georgia. And I had to just go to fuck off on her ass. I'm like, you had me fucked up. Like I'm being nice because we friends. We talked about, I know how y'all get down. So you probably thought y'all could do it. But now you're taking too far because every time I'm not around, I keep hearing motherfuckers telling me about, oh, I told Nan what the fuck her husband. That ain't what you didn't just say you want to fuck my husband. You were trying to give me fuck your husband all the time. So don't just make it like that, you know. And I didn't beat your ass because, yeah, you know, like, because it wasn't like that. But I see what type of time you're on, and you're not gonna disrupt my marriage because your marriage is fucked up. So I see what the devil tried to do. You try to come on over here and try to sweep into my shit and put some shit in my shit. It ain't happening. So we just decided to distance ourselves from them. I let them fucking go. Bye. You gotta get the fuck on. I'm not fucking around because what's gonna happen is you're gonna die. If you continue to fucking play with my husband, that's when you're gonna die. I gave you a pass because we were supposed to be friends. And I was just trying to be like, okay, cool, bye, leave. You know, we good on that. And every time I see somebody else, you know, they're like, oh, so April, and I'm like, no, like, you know what? I'm gonna leave you alone because I'm gonna be in jail and you're gonna be dead, and it's gonna be a problem. So anyway, we left each other alone for a minute, and then she called and apologized or whatever. So I was like, okay, so. She's like, I'm sorry, you know, I just got in my feelings because, you know, I said, okay. So me and Richard went over there with my cousins. Why we do that? She bring it up again, but only this time her husband has something to say now. So she like, you know, the only problem that they had was because she thought you weren't attracted to her. Her husband was like, I'm attracted to Nate. I'll do Nate right now. So yes, I was like, let's leave because nigga, you gonna die. You know what? So at that point, I can't fuck with none of y'all. But that shut her down at that point because her husband stayed quiet the whole time. He never was saying nothing. He never was like nothing. But I was like, but why would you think that I wouldn't think your husband would want me? That was never the case. It's just that I don't want your husband.
Yeah, that's
I don't want him. You know.
That's nuts as hell, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's one hell of a story right there. Hey, but listen, everybody that tapped in, we appreciate y'all, man. And next week, we going to come with some more heat for y'all. Yeah. So please tap in. We appreciate everybody that came on. Reese, yo, crazy. We appreciate you for sure.
Yeah. Shout out to Sierra.
Next week, y'all. Same time. Every Tuesday at 8. Indeed.
Boom, we out, baby.